My fellow Jamaicans, I have spent the last several days in deep contemplation about the issues that have caused so much anxiety throughout the society, including the reaction to my statement in Parliament last Tuesday and the events and circumstances that led up to it. I have listened very carefully to the views expressed by members of the public. I've also consulted with my cabinet and parliamentary members, the party organization, and various civil society groups. I thank those who have expressed their support and have urged me to find a way to deal with these matters and to put them behind. I respect the views of those who feel that, in the circumstances, I should step aside. I've asked God to guide me in my response and the decisions I must make. I regret the entire affair, and it has been deeply painful for me, members of my family, and you who have been hurt and disappointed. In hindsight, the party should never have become involved in the way that it did, and I should never have allowed it. But I must accept responsibility for it and express my remorse to the nation. The way in which this matter has been handled has raised the question of trust. Several persons and organizations have expressed their disappointment. I should not have been surprised, because I had raised the bar as to what they should expect of me, and what has transpired has fallen short of their expectations. And here, I want to personally thank the wide cross-section of persons who took the trouble to write to me, not all complimentary, but all expressing the deep anguish that they experienced over what had transpired. Others have offered their prayers, and to all I am deeply grateful. I'm aware that trust can only be restored by forgiveness and atonement. That will take time, and I am committing myself to do everything that is humanly possible to repair the damage that has been done to that trust. In return, I ask for your forgiveness. This matter of the extradition has consumed too much of our energies and attention, and has led to a virtual paralysis that must be broken. I crave your understanding. The government has never refused the request for the extradition of Christopher Coke. It has simply asked the U.S. authorities to provide additional information that would enable the minister to issue the authorization in compliance with the terms of the treaty. In the controversy that has ensued, we sought the opinion of one of Jamaica's most eminent lawyers, Dr. Lloyd Barnett, who advised that the issues involved were not sufficiently settled in law, and therefore the Attorney General should seek a declaration from the court before exercising her authority. I wrestled with the potential conflict between the issues of non-compliance with the terms of the treaty and the unavoidable perception that because Coke is associated with my constituency, the government's position was politically contrived. I felt that the concepts of fairness and justice should not be sacrificed in order to avoid that perception. In the final analysis, however, that must be weighed against the public mistrust that this matter has evoked and the destabilizing effect it is having on the nation's business. Accordingly, the Minister of Justice, in consideration of all the factors, will sign the authorization for the extradition process to commence. The engagement of Mannert, Phelps, and Phillips by Mr. Harold Brady was an effort to secure assistance in resolving the stalemate, because the party was concerned about the negative effect it was having on relations between Jamaica and the United States. I sanctioned this initiative, but made it clear that it was to be kept completely separate from the government. As I later discovered, those instructions were not followed. Having sanctioned it, I cannot escape responsibility for it or the developments that have ensued, although I was not myself involved in those activities. When I was asked in Parliament whether the government had engaged the services of Manatt, Phelps and Phillips, I answered truthfully and definitively that it had not done so. It is felt that I should, there and then, have acknowledged the party initiative led by Mr. Brady. On reflection, I should have. And tonight I express my profound regret and offer to the Parliament and people of Jamaica my deepest apologies. It took time for me to make my statement last Tuesday because of the efforts I had to make to find out exactly what had transpired in this Manatt, Phelps and Phillips affair.